Catch 'em in the pasture, run 'em in the pen, work 'em on the Sundays, do it all again. Race 'em in the sand, buck 'em in the mud, drip a cowboy's sweat, bleed a cowboy's blood.
I'm Zeke Thurston, 2016 World Champion Saddlebrock Rider, and you're watching the Pepper Stewart Show.
That is exactly what he said. He did not tell you a story.
Good.
I don't think Zeke would tell you a story. Would he tell you a story?
Not that I know of.
No?
Nope. I'm
No.
gonna take him for his word.
You're going to take him for his word on that one?
Yep.
Okay. You said it, not me. All right, so we got stuff going on today, guys. We got a lot of stuff for you. We are going to dive into everybody's favorites. I don't know why. Y'all are wearing us out with these Westerns. So we're going to do one more. Last time, guys, for ranking some Western movies for you. We got to get into other stuff. But we will dive into some Netflix stuff. What I've been watching and what's out there, we'll dive into that. A couple of shows that you should have seen, possibly. We don't know yet. But you need to be looking for these. A lot of stuff's going on in the stock horse world, show horse world, the world's greatest horseman coming up. A lot of stuff's going on there. Somebody lost a zebra. We got that for you too. There's a lot of stuff going on. But if you've been watching a lot of TV and you've been seeing what's happening, you've got to get caught up on Yellowstone because it's all out now on DVD. So the Yellowstone is out there to see. If you've been under a rock and not watched Yellowstone, it's your fault because it's out there. And this is why. Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2 is now available on DVD and Blu-ray with over 2 hours of special features. Generations of blood have led to this. Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2. Own a piece of the legacy now on Blu-ray and DVD. So go get that. Check it out. It's out there. Have you not seen it yet?
I have not seen the last season. I'm kind of waiting. Going to binge watch it all when I got a rainy day.
Golly. What are you watching it on? You need a DVD?
No.
I got a pile of DVDs over there. Need some DVDs. I need to start giving those away again. We gave away a ton of those DVDs, but I got some more. And that's the other thing, you guys. If you would get on there and shoot us an email on some of these DVDs, we'll shoot them your way. I think we're out of them now. The last round of DVDs was Landman. We've got some more shows coming up, so we'll get those to you. So, what else happened? Where have you been?
Where have I been? Well, I got to go to the PBR World Finals. Got to check that out. That was a great time.
And how was that?
Man, that was a Cinderella story. I don't care if you're not even a bull riding fan. If you're a sports fan, just go back, do the research, watch the road Jose Vitorlimi took to come from 37th place 7 weeks before the World Finals to winning the finals and winning the year. So he's an $8 million cowboy.
Yep.
Passed up JB. So
yeah.
And he's still going too. So
right. And when I posted that, when we did the coverage, you went out and did you and the wife and Lindsay all went out and did the Kid Rock coverage, PBR coverage. And when I put that story out, after the end of the finals, that's the way I taught it right there. $8 million. That's what JB said too. He's like, well, now you can leave me alone with that.
That's right.
And get after you. So the $8 million, and he's still going. I want to say that he's only been riding for what?
This is probably his 5th year.
I don't think it's been that long because I remember I was going through some old footage, and I remember I interviewed him at the. Maybe it was at the Global Cup. I think it was the Global Cup when they had it at AT&T.
Right.
And at that time, he was still fresh, and Paulo was translating for him because his English, he had the English all right, but it wasn't where it needed to be.
Now. Yeah.
And so he translated for him, and I was looking back. I was thinking, $8 million in what 4 or 5 years, 6 years?
Oh, it's
like
been
that?
fast. When he came onto the scene his first year, he slid in here by winning an event in Brazil. Come down here, makes it to the finals, rides all of his bulls, wins the finals.
Yeah.
Next year, He barely misses a world championship. He lost to Jess Lockwood. After that, he went back-to-back world championships. Then he was injured, and now here he is on his third world championship. So
Yeah.
it's pretty awesome.
Man, a lot of money to be made
Absolutely.
riding them bulls. Speaking of riding, let's check this out because before we get into these movies, these Western movies, this movie's come out. I don't know. Check out the trailer look at the trailer for Ransom Canyon. It's been out. Season 1 is out, and what I'm gonna do. I want you to see the trailer.
Okay.
And I want you to see what you think it is because it came out on Netflix. It blew up on Netflix. People are trying to say it's going to be a rival Yellowstone. And I don't know. You look at this for Ransom Canyon and see what you think it is.
Okay.
This place, it gives us all something to be happy about. I promise it's not too late. Not for this town. And not for us.
You're doing better than good. You're doing better, much better than
Yeah, so what do you,
Well,
does that look like?
luckily, this is a show that is non-biased, and we can be completely honest.
Yep.
From watching that little bit of a trailer, it's pretty obvious. You can tell Yellowstone is actually written, produced, and created by a fellow cowboy. That is a Hollywood star show. You can tell by looking at the cats right off the bat. I can look at cowboy hats, and I'm sure you can too. And you're like, all right, a cowboy did not write this movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think it's probably going to be as authentic. I think it's probably going to be more of a copycat type.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It's kind of like I don't know if you ever watched Heartland.
No, I've heard a lot about it.
Heartland-esque. It's like a chick flick. It's terrible. And so the very first, I was like, I got to watch it. Everybody's talking about it. I got to see it. So I watched it. Not even 5 minutes in, old Josh Duhamel, this guy's tall crown hat, right? And he's sitting out on his horse overlooking the canyon.
Yeah.
They zoom in too much, so you see his pants are too short, and there's no spurs on his boots, right? So he rides. He's the big cow boss. He's the big guy. So he rides back to his house, and he comes in, and he took his boots off, and he drops them down on the floor there. And of course, they do a zoom in of his boots. There's no spurs. There's no spur marks. There's nothing. And I'm like, you're not out there. No one's gonna go out riding. If you're out riding cows, you're working cows, you got spurs on your boots.
Yeah.
Whether you did or you didn't, you're gonna have spur marks.
Yep.
And it's just little things like that that's just how my brain works. I look too much into things, way too much. Just like when I was watching, what Western I was watching the other day, and it was. I don't remember what it was, but it was, anyway, they were panning through the camera, and if you look right there, you got a Jeff Smith stamp on the saddle, on the saddle, and I was like, what in the world's a Jeff Smith saddle on there? But it was another one of the Westerns they were trying, everybody wants to do a Western now, and
they need to take the time to hire somebody to actually go through all their props, go through all their clothes, and I'm sure a lot of films do that, but the ones that are skipping that, man, it can make or break you. I mean, right off the bat, you can tell what looks authentic and what doesn't. So
yeah, and it's so. But even ads, so we even had. I don't throw him under the bus right here, but we had a guy on the show that we interviewed.
Okay.
That plays music, and he's got a picture of himself out there advertising whatever, and he's in the middle of an arena holding a rope, and you could tell right away you've never held a rope before in your life. There's also another guy that makes shirts. That he's been on the show before. Been on big Yellowstone movies. He sells shirts. He's got ads with him holding ropes or doing stuff outside that you can clearly tell you don't No, and that's why I offer my services every time I see this stuff. I'm like, hey, if you need somebody to do it, let me know. I've done it before. It's been successful. Just look at where the shirt company I worked for took off to. Now they blew up and hit all the big places they wanted to go. I mean, if you're going to go for a specific market, you've got to have somebody that can help you do that.
You need to do the research. You can't fake it. And especially in the Western industry and cowboy industry, I mean, it's so unique. And it's just, you can't fake it.
Yeah.
You're spotted a mile away if you try to fake it. And you see that in a lot of Westerns or everything. They think they can you can do a Western that's set in the 1800s, and they think they can go to Boot Barn and buy stuff off the shelf and put it in a movie. That clothing hasn't changed in freaking 100 years, that we're still wearing the same clothes that we did in the 1800s.
Yep. And then they'll ride up with rubber on their horn. So and it spots that all the time. I try not to be such a sticker on that stuff, because just like, I don't know, back when Yellowstone first started, season 2 happened, I was talking to Forey, and Forey said, it's movies. There's time constraints. A lot of things that get cut. There's some things that are going to get slipped through. But just be proud that the Western way of life is the #1 show on TV. And everybody wants to be it.
That's true.
And so I was like, I'll let a few things slide.
It's hard, though. We filmed our movie, and, I mean, we did the best we could. And there's some things that slip. I mean, but we tried to be as authentic with the saddles and with the clothing and the hats, but it's tough, man. It's tough to go find stuff from 100 years ago that's still functional today.
Yeah, there's a lot of giveaways. But anyway, it's just go watch TV. Speaking of watching TV, we got the East Texas Stock Horse. There is a big event coming up in June at West Arena. So the events I don't know, there's some fun events in there. There's some boring events in there, but that's just how it goes with horse shows. Right. Some horse show stuff is fun, some stuff is not. Like this stuff is fun. They got the cow work and the ranch cutting and going down the fence and the boxing, and then you've got your, like, what they call the rail classes that go down. They just ride around the arena and do little cute things, stopping, backing up, trotting, walking, stuff like that. So you've got something for every level of rider. If you're a beginner just getting out there riding and you just want to go show a horse, there's intermediate and beginner classes for that. If you want to advance yourself and get into some a little bit harder classes, and then you can work your way on up. Or if you're used to that, like a lot of these guys that come, like that guy there is a big trainer, and they'll come in and they'll bring 10 client horses that they're working and come out and compete. And you can come out and compete in I don't want to say a smaller show, but it is a smaller show, to where you can come out and work your horses and get some competition, get some time on your horses before you go to Fort Worth or to Abilene or to Arizona. Like right now, the big Derby's going on in Scottsdale. So I mean, there's different levels of things you can do, and so I got involved in that this year. Somehow stumbled myself on the board of this deal because I want to know more about it. Right. Because I wanted to get more into this stuff. Rodeo's fun, and I've done rodeo forever, but I've also done some ranch horse events too, and I want to get more into those so I can get more exposure on my horses. Some of the colts I've got, we can do some stuff with them, and advance them along and do some of these shows rather than, because there's 4 or 5 different events you could do here. I could do the boxing, I could do the ranch cutting, I could do the walk trot around the deal. There's the trail class. There's a whole bunch of stuff you could do just to get out there on some horses and go have some fun. And so it's going to be a good show. West Arena is coming up in June. 3-day deal. They're going to have a Father's Night deal. You can buy tickets for a Father's Day night, I think, on Saturday night. They're going to have a deal there, and they'll probably have some folks up there for meet and greet, stuff like that. But it's going to be a fun deal. So anyway, East Texas Stock Horse. Look it up on the interweb net and go check it out. Go have some fun. There's 3 more scheduled events this year, and then they'll probably have some clinics and stuff like that they're going to do. And
that's a good way, though, because everybody just assumes if it's cowboy related, it's got to be rodeo, and not everybody's able or willing or have the desire to rodeo, but they still want to be a part of the Western heritage and compete. So that's a good way to get involved, man.
Yeah, and it's been
I like
fun.
that.
It's been fun. It's a fun deal. Speaking of that, what was I talking about? Oh, the National Range Cow Horse. So they are out in Arizona right now, but there is a guy by the name of Rick Dreyer, and he's part of the National Range Cow Horse Association, and he won the Vaquero Award. And he just won that, so let's see what that's all about.
The National Range Cow Horse Association is based on the traditions of the vaquero and is a true testament to the Western lifestyle. Being a true horseman, understanding the importance of upholding traditions and sharing a passion for the range cow horse has built the NRCHA into what it is today. The Vaquero Award is an important facet of the industry, recognizing those individuals who have spent their lifetime upholding the history and traditions of the vaquero. The award represents an individual's contribution to the industry and the sport, both in and out of the arena. Over the years, this award has gone to a rawhide braider, a rancher, a farrier, along with numerous other individuals that are the true testament to the core values of this association. Rick Dreyer always placed high value on range cow horses because he could use them to work his ranch in California. Any horse that was going to show had to be a good ranch horse first. Over the years, Rick has served the NRCHA in many ways, including being on the non-pro committee, and he joined the executive committee in the early 90s. But his work as a volunteer show manager for all of the NRCHA premier events, alongside his wife Carla and their daughters, made him a true champion of the association. Rick's efforts helped the NRCHA make great strides during a time of rapid growth to set it up for its future that we enjoy today. The National Range Cow Horse Association is proud to present Rick Dreyer with the 2025 Vaquero Award.
That right there is a pretty good deal.
That's a big accomplishment. That's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of time, probably a lot of sweat, and maybe a few broken bones in between
I'm sure.
to get to that. But yeah, and speaking of that, over in Arizona right now, I believe they're in Scottsdale, Arizona, at the Derby, and Corey Cushing just happened to pop up today with some interesting news on his run.
Hi, I'm Corey Cushing here at the Kimes Ranch NRCHA Derby here in Scottsdale, Arizona. I was fortunate enough to win the herd work with my trusty steed, ARA Rebel King. He's owned by Aldo Ramon from down there in Mexico, and that horse has just been a real pleasure ever since we got him. Going through the run yesterday, he was spot on. We were in the very first set. Just wanted to make sure I got him cut clean, cut my own cows, and my guys are always there to keep me moving and keep me in the middle third of the arena, as they like to see. So anyway, that horse he's so smart. He's got so much style, so much presence. And, in places where I might get a little excited, you can just feel him saying, no, we're good. Just stay right here. And, he's usually right. But that horse is a lot of fun. I can't thank him enough for all the great rides that he's given us. And now looking forward to moving forward.
All right, it's always a great time out there at the Derby, man. A lot of stuff happens over there.
Yeah, and that man, you can tell by watching that horse. You're talking about spending time on the horse. I mean, that guy, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So he's doing it. If you don't want to go all the way to Arizona, and you just want to go to Fort Worth, to Dickies Arena, coming up in July at the Dickies Arena will be the world's greatest horseman, the American performance horse deal, the world's greatest horseman. It's going to happen there at Dickies Arena. So if you want to get tickets to that, this is how you do it. Tickets are on sale now.
That's the best of the best right there.
Go get it.
And I think I've got a correlation. So you're showing this. You showed the stuff that you're involved in earlier. Are we going to see you up there in 2026? Is that what the goal is?
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that'll happen. But you need to get tickets and go check that out. And if you do need tickets for that, as always, I don't know how many times I got to beat this into their heads. Any ticket you need, just about any ticket, rodeo ticket, concert ticket, horse show ticket, whatever, go to SeatGeek and you can get it. Go to SeatGeek, put in the code Pepper Stewart, and bam, $20 off your ticket. If you're a first-time user of SeatGeek, every time. And I know people are using it because I get notifications, so go buy some tickets. Somebody bought tickets yesterday.
Awesome. Cool.
Go buy tickets. Save $20. So you did Kid Rock and Rodeo. What you talked about going to PBR? So how was the Kid Rock and Rodeo? How was that for you?
It was definitely. I saw it on TV last year. Kind of had mixed feelings about it, but seeing it live, man, it is definitely a great new way to do rodeo.
Yeah.
Especially with Kid Rock. I mean, he's like a trademark stamp of freaking American tradition right there. So, I mean, you put them two together, and it's cool because just watching. You got Kid Rock, who is just like the ultimate country rock star cowboy. You've got J.B. Mooney, who is the ultimate bull riding cowboy. Then you had Parker McCullum and Jagger Mooney all pulling out in this nice convertible freaking Cadillac. And it was a show. It was good entertainment. So I'm sure the older people probably didn't like it, but today's generation is definitely liking the Kid Rock and Rodeo.
So how did they do it? How did they do it this year? 'Cause I didn't see it this year.
So what they did is they started out, they just let Kid Rock come out during the intro.
Yeah.
And, he sung one or two songs of Parker McCullum while J.B. Mooney was there. And then after the show, after the event, they actually did the full-fledged concert.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the same they did the last one. Okay.
So, it was good. It was really good.
Yeah, I wasn't able to make it. So I sent you guys over. Check it out.
Yeah.
Did you stay for the concert out on the dirt?
No, we didn't stick around for the concert. We stayed for a little bit of it. But, I mean, after you saw the intro of it and he sung I'm a Cowboy, that's his best song anyway. That's my favorite song. So.
Yeah, see, last year he rolled out with Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
On last year's. But what'd you think about seeing it? Because when you watch it on TV is one thing, but to be right there when you got two barrel racers firing out or two team ropers firing out or calf ropers firing out.
It's cool. I mean, like I said, it's definitely a new way to do rodeo. It makes it more exciting because some of the timed events aren't as great for a spectator to watch because they're just really watching them against the clock.
Yeah.
But to actually see it's like watching a foot race. I mean, you actually can see it firsthand who's about to win, who's going to advance. So, yeah, it's definitely more exciting that way.
Yeah, I've seen a few clips where the steers kind of stalled out coming out.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just free for all.
And there's some talent, man. Some of those girl ropers are right there hanging. I mean, they could compete literally with most of the guys and be right there in the money with them.
Good show.
Yeah,
it's always a good show. Always a good show. And man, it was on. I think they had it on like Fox News or Fox Nation or something.
Probably was on Fox Nation.
Something like that. Some channel I didn't have. But the PBR, I did watch PBR on YouTube because they got screwed out of the Dr. Phil Merit TV deal.
Right.
So they I'm just going on YouTube right now, but it's fine because since TKO bought PBR, so they were live streaming on YouTube on PBR, on WWE, on some others. So I was popping on to the different YouTubes.
Okay.
And just leaving comments, random comments. Hey, don't forget to watch this show. Just throwing stuff out there.
Right.
And it was funny just watching the comments of all the people. I'm like, why is this on here? What is this? Why is this here? Well, this is more entertaining than that. Or this. And so it was funny just watching the comments back and forth because some of the people didn't know, and people were in there. Well, yeah, TKO bought PBR, so yeah, they own it. But yeah, it was funny. But they got a lot of views. A lot of views on that.
Do you think they'll stay that way? Or do you think they're still searching to get back on a major network?
I'm sure they're probably still
searching
for. I know it sounds bad because I'm on PBR Network, but it's a money deal. If they can find a good money deal through a network, they can. Or I think if they can't with the way everything is right now, everything's streaming, everything's online, everything's on your phone. I think if they could pull enough advertising dollars from their advertisers, which they're always going out and getting new advertisers, they're getting new team owners pitching in, all this new stuff they're doing all the time. I think if they could do that and keep the money there to cover what they're doing, because every time you make a bigger event or you need more money.
Absolutely.
I think that if they could keep it going like they are with the money coming in, and just go to streaming on their app,
right?
Just have it on the app, where you can have the app on the TV, and just stream it there for free.
And then you got no rules to follow,
right?
I mean, you just got to freaking abide by the whatever the guidelines are for the streaming. But
right, just like Ride Pass. I mean, you can watch on Pluto. I think they still have a deal on Pluto TV because I see it every now and then on Pluto. Ride Pass is on there, and they've just got 24/7 running videos, and so I think they get away with doing that, and I think that's why they went with the YouTube deal, just to kind of test the waters and see what the viewers are going to be like or what the numbers were going to be.
Right.
Because when you do it like that, then your advertisers, they're going to see your numbers.
Yeah.
You can't come in and go, oh, we got 5 million viewers, and they go back and look. Well, we see a million views or 100. So it's going to be different. But I do think that with the way things are going and the way things are transitioning, everything's just going to streaming. That might be a better.
I'm curious at how many people viewed it this year streaming it.
Yeah.
I like to see where they were compared to when they were on Fox.
Yeah.
And just see if it's comparable, if it's just a huge deficit.
Because when they're on a certain network, I mean, you've got, if you don't have this service, you can't watch it. You don't have this, you can't watch it. It's like the Cowboy Channel. Yeah. Everybody pays whatever they pay for the Cowboy. I don't watch Cowboy Channel, but, I mean, because people pay for that, and you have to buy a subscription to watch. And I think when you put a subscription on it, just like we're on Canyon Star TV. Canyon Star TV is free, which I wouldn't pay to watch this either. So if you have a subscription for every single thing, you're going to lose people.
Absolutely.
Because what do you pay for? Paramount, HBO Max, Netflix,
Amazon Prime, something like that. Yeah,
there's just way too many, and that's what happened. We're gonna cut the cable. We're gonna get rid of cable TV. How'd that work out?
And now I see where DirecTV's got a new deal out where they're streaming. It's like they're trying to stream, so trying to catch up.
Yep. Stream it. DirecTV. No dish. Just stream. Like, why would I do that? Speaking of streaming, speaking of TV, how much time we got? We got a little time left. Let's dive into the unforgettable characters from the golden age of Westerns. So once again, we're diving into Westerns, and we've got, 10?
I think there's 11.
11?
Was it 11? Yeah, there's 11.
They couldn't do just 10. Okay. So, I think this has got to be, number one has got to be number one. It's got to be how they're ranked, because this is the only way
makes sense
this list can go.
Right.
Is with number one being number one. And that right there is The Man with No Name. And that is the trilogy, Clint Eastwood trilogies of Fistful of Dollars, Good, Bad, and the Ugly, and A Few Dollars More. And, that's Clint Eastwood took the role of the anti-hero in Fistful of Dollars franchise. And, his poncho and his hat. And he wore that. There's another video or movie that Clint Eastwood did not too long ago where he had the same poncho.
Oh, really?
He's kept it, yeah. He still wears it. So what do you think about number one? I think that's a good choice for number one right there?
I think Clint Eastwood at number one is definitely a good choice. I mean, to me, he's... And I know this is kind of tough to tell, and I'm probably going to offend a few of you guys, especially the Duke fans and all that. But in my opinion, Clint Eastwood's by far the best Western actor there is.
Yes. He's done it for a long time.
Yep. Want me to take number two?
Who you got number two?
Two, and I think that goes without question, probably one of the most memorable performances, the most one-liners that there is, and that's going to be Doc Holliday with Tombstone, portrayed by Val Kilmer. I mean, that's just... I mean, he nailed it better than any... And I don't know if that's how Doc Holliday really was in real life, but I know, by God, that's how the character was played, and I'd rather see that anyway, because, I mean, that made that show. So, yeah, Val Kilmer did a great job.
And it doesn't matter how many times you try to remake that show or redo it or whatever, you're never...
No, you can't do
You're never going to replace Val Kilmer's character.
No. There's even movies called Doc Holliday that are out now, and you just can't do it.
No.
So, yeah, you're setting yourself up for failure if you're trying to repeat that and do better.
Another one that can't repeat and do better, and that's going to be Josie Wells.
There we go again.
The Outlaw Josie Wells by Clint Eastwood.
We'll keep track of how many times his name pops up.
I mean, I was watching a Clint Eastwood movie over the weekend. I was watching High Plains Drifter.
I love that one, too.
I was
They
watching
paint the
that
town
one.
red.
Yeah.
I tell you, the thing about Outlaw Josie Wells, you can watch that, and, you know, we just made a Western, and we've watched, you know, old Westerns and new Westerns. Outlaw Josie Wells, you can't really timestamp that. I mean, that looks like it could have been made yesterday, just like it was made 30 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a great job on that movie.
Number 4 is your favorite actor. Who you got there?
Well, I mean, I like him in a lot of his movies, but I'm just sorry he's not going to be my top cowboy actor. But yeah, this is Rooster Cogburn of True Grit, portrayed by John Wayne, and we do know they did do a remake of it, and they used Jeff Bridges, and I think John Wayne did a better job than Jeff Bridges. But you know, that's a hard role to kind of match up to. But yeah, Rooster Cogburn.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they redid True Grit. That's kind of like I thought they'd been talking about trying to redo the Cowboys.
Man,
But some movies just need to be left alone.
if they did that one, I think there's only one person they could have ever used to remake that movie, and it could still be successful, but they're missing their window, and that would be Tommy Lee Jones. I don't think anybody else could play that and pull that role off.
No.
Unless it was him, but
Yeah.
So I don't know if they'll remake it or not.
They'll remake it with Kevin Costner or something.
Oh gosh, that won't work.
Butch Cassidy. Had a Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. They ranked him number 5. It was Paul Newman playing Butch Cassidy. They ranked him at 5th.
I guess that's why there's 11, because right there, number 6 is the same movie, Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, and they got Robert Redford. So,
Robert Redford, I think my favorite movie, Western movie of Robert Redford, is The Electric Horseman.
oh yeah,
That's the one I
a
like.
great movie. I forgot all about that movie.
That's one of those that if I catch it on TV, I'll watch it. If it happens to be on when I'm scrolling,
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. I haven't seen that in years.
Oh, man,
I need to go
that's a good
dig
one.
that one out.
Yeah.
All right, number 7, and I agree with this one. This one could probably be ranked higher up for me. This is the one actor who my wife actually, you know, she's not a big celebrity person, but she said if I was ever really attracted to one actor, it would be him. And this is Gus McCrae, Lonesome Dove, with Robert Duvall. So
Robert Duvall.
that's right. So
Augustus McCrae.
yeah, I mean, he nailed that role.
Yeah.
I mean, he just hands down that was a great job by him.
And I think I read somewhere where they had read for each other's roles.
They did.
Yeah. And they were like, I don't think that's going to work.
I can't even picture it the other way.
No.
Can you
I
imagine
couldn't.
Robert Duvall being the hard case and then Tommy Lee Jones being the funny one? I mean, I know they could pull it off,
Right.
but it wouldn't be the same.
I think another good movie I liked that he did was, what's that movie he did with? Oh, man. I'm lost. Open Range.
Oh, yeah.
Open
with
Range.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
Open
that
Range.
was good.
Open Range, and then there was another one. Just after that Duvall was in. It was Open Range or something else.
I'm trying to think of what that'd be.
And I can't think of the name of it now. I can see the picture of it,
Yeah.
but I can't think of the name of it. I'll remember in a minute. What about Matt Dillon? Marshall Matt Dillon.
That's who I was named after.
Matt Dillon. The Law Dog by James Arness. That still comes on every day.
I believe it, man. That's a great show, man. There's so many people got their start on that show. I remember watching an episode of that and seeing Kurt Russell when he was probably like 10 years old.
Yeah.
In that movie, I was like, wait, that's Kurt Russell. So yeah, that definitely should be there. So, and that's another funny story because that was actually written for John Wayne. They wanted John Wayne to play that, and he suggested James Arness take that role.
Huh.
So, all right, number 9, we're back to John Wayne, the man who shot Liberty Valance. and I have seen this show, but it's been years ago, so I really don't have much input on that one just because it's been so long ago. Can't remember too much about it.
Oh, John. Have you been to the John Wayne exhibit over there in Cowtown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. One of her art students painted the big mural on the side of that. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, what about this Wyatt Earp from Tombstone by Kurt Russell?
Definitely needs to be up there. I think he did a great job of playing that role. Again, don't know if that's how the real Wyatt Earp was acted, but the portrayal was good.
Yeah, I think that version. There's so many versions of Tombstone, but that has got to be the number one version. Of Tombstone that's out there, and all those knockoffs they've tried to do is terrible.
Yeah, they might as well quit trying. I mean, leave that one alone. So,
what about William Money?
Hey, like we said earlier, and we start with the number one, and we end with the Clint Eastwood again. Love
Unforgiven.
That show. And I love that because he did just write himself always to be some awesome hero. It's like you said, he was kind of like the anti-hero in the first ones with no name. And then Unforgiven, he was kind of a wimpy, older guy. So, I mean, Clint Eastwood's a great actor.
Yeah, those trilogies are something else.
Oh, yeah.
Something else. What else we got? We got just about everything knocked out. Oh, we talked about Ransom King. On Netflix, I was watching, I don't know, have you seen that show? There's a new one called The Four Seasons with Steve Carell and Tina Fey, and it's got a season of it. It was all right.
Now they're both funny. What is it? A western?
No, it's a.
Okay, because I was gonna say I'd like.
It's trying to be funny. It tries to be funny. There's some funny stuff, but then it kind of goes off the rails at times. So I don't know. If you see it, let us know what you think because it was okay.
And what's it called?
The Four Seasons.
Four Seasons. Okay.
It's got Steve Carell, Tina Fey, and a couple other comedians. I can't think what their names are, but yeah, I was like, it's hot on Netflix, but it was kind of weird. It's about I guess I can spoil it. So Steve Carell's fixing to have his 25th wedding anniversary.
Okay.
And he invites all his friends over. They do these couple things all the time. And he tells the guys, he's like, "Hey, I'm fixing to leave her. I'm done with this. She doesn't want to do nothing. Blah blah. I'm done with all this." And so she has him go buy these special bagels she wants for their anniversary, like 2 hours away.
Okay.
So he goes to get them. While he's gone, she hauls all these dang people in there. She's going to do a vow renewal.
Oh, great.
And so they're like, should we tell her? And they don't tell her. Well, at the end of the first episode, it ends where they've got a shed in the back. Well, the shed blows up, so you know what happens.
Okay.
But then we start episode 2, they're having their couples group, and now he comes in there with this 30-year-old girl. So he'd blown up the wedding deal,
right.
And then now he's off with this. So now you got all these shenanigans where I don't know what they're trying to say in the show, but they had him with the young girl in her 30s, so they're trying to show the differences between generational differences. They don't get the stuff. Then later he's with her friends, and they're all vegans and this, that, and the other, and they're trying to figure this out. And then I don't know. In the end, he dies. So I don't know.
All right. Well, we sum that up.
So they're like, well, if
you may have saved me a couple of hours of my time.
If you leave your wife, you're gonna die. You die in a car wreck.
There you go.
Spoiler alert. If you hadn't seen it, that's your fault, not my fault. It's been on TV for a couple weeks.
Okay.
Or a day. I don't know, but I've ruined it for you. And then I watched Sirens with Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
But the only problem, I can't watch her in anything because all I can remember her is from Boogie Nights.
I knew that's where you were going to go.
I can't take her serious.
I can't take
her serious.
Has she done anything since that? Is she's like making a resurgence?
She's done a bunch of shows, but I just can't. I can't take her serious.
Yeah.
After that,
it's funny how some characters or some actors or actresses can play a certain role, and that's it. Yep. You can't ever get them out of that scene or out of that role.
You just hear that same voice over and over, and I'm like, nope, no good. But it was pretty interesting. It was kind of like I don't want to say a murder mystery type show, but it was kind of a suspenseful thing. You're still kind of wondering, was it a cult? Are they in a cult? Is it not a cult? What's happening? Did they kill them? Did they not kill them? So that was pretty good. So check that out on Netflix also. Oh, what else do we got? We got a little bit of time left. I guess we can do the month of May is over. It's now June, but mental health goes on all the time. It doesn't happen. It doesn't just take a break for a certain month and come in and out. So we did some stuff with them last year, and then I'd saddled up with them this year for the horses for mental health. And they run a campaign through May where they raise funds for horse therapy, and they help people with horses and veterans and like that with horses. So anyway, the campaign is over, but you can still help out. You can still donate. You can still do stuff. So if you're still kind of not sure or wondering what it is, take a gander at this little video here, and then we'll be back.
My experience with rural communities, the first word that comes to my mind is heart.
I'm Jason Rittman, and I'm from Kansas. I was born in Minnesota, but grew up most of my life in Kansas. It's quiet, and you can hear yourself think, and it's peaceful. It's very peaceful.
Rural people are very proud, they're very hardworking, they're very honest, but yet they still have trouble asking for help.
I don't think I ever heard about mental health when I was growing up. If something was hard, you got through it.
I got to deal with my problems myself.
People in rural areas are taught not to talk about sensitive topics. As a result, a lot of people hold in what they're dealing with. People in rural America have a 64 to 68% greater likelihood to die by suicide than any other part of this country.
Mental health, at least in the instance of getting help, it just didn't seem like there were a lot of options.
In certain parts of rural America, a person may have to drive 5 or 6 hours to the nearest healthcare provider. Some people have relied on telemedicine, but nearly a third of households in rural America have no internet service. There's no broadband that's even available.
Gateway Family Services of Illinois has a waiting list of at least 100. Access to mental health for people who live in rural communities is really limited.
My name is Michael Rimley. I am a licensed clinical professional counselor. Gateway Family Services of Illinois is a mental health agency that works to help individuals across central Illinois heal from hardships.
We see a lot of people come to us who maybe have done talk therapy and it didn't work for them. And so they're looking for something unique and different.
Equine-assisted psychotherapy is an incredible approach because it helps people with all different disabilities and challenges in life.
I truly believe that everyone could benefit from partnering with a horse.
I've been married for 15 years this year, and I got 3 kids, 2 daughters and a son. They are the absolute joy in my life. Because it happened for both my girls. They both went through their own anxieties and stresses. As we were going through these things, I would watch them change from these happy children that were outgoing to they were withdrawing from people and from experiences. And I was praying and I was hoping, and like nothing was getting better, and it felt like I was losing my kid emotionally. Like she was withdrawing, she was not sleeping at night. And that all completely changed when we came here.
Wash over me, let me fall from my surroundings.
When someone arrives to Gateway Family Services, we're gonna meet them where they are.
The power of horses is something that many people underestimate. At times it's hard to understand how therapeutic they can be and the healing power that these magnificent creatures bring to the world.
At first it was like, this really works? And then seeing it happen, watching my daughter transform in front of my eyes just after a few weeks, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening. Like, I'm getting my daughter back.
During her time with Gateway Family Services, she had partnered with our horse. The horse's name is Kitty.
I saw this giant horse just so gently kind of coax her out of herself.
The day of her graduation, Kitty was not doing well.
She was just a few minutes away, and we found Kitty down. Now, Kitty's a 34-year-old Appaloosa, very strong mare, and that day we just realized it was her time.
Paige came out and kind of let us know what was going on with Kitty, that it was time for Kitty to pass on, and asked if we wanted to give our daughter a chance to say goodbye. And it was overwhelming. We had just recently lost a grandpa, and that was a goodbye that she didn't get to say. But yeah, we said, yeah, we would like to say goodbye. She would really like that.
I'll never forget when I watched her walk in and recognizing that Kitty was in her last few moments, and here's this girl who didn't get to say goodbye to her grandpa. She walked over and she grabbed Kitty's face and she said, "I love you, Kitty."
She was able to connect one last time with Kitty and say goodbye. And I see through that there was a lot of healing in her. There's something about the horses that just, in a gentle way, it forces you to see the trauma in your own soul and to want to face it.
Wash over me, let me fall from my surroundings.
Horses are amazing animals. They're powerful creatures that help us find healing, to experience hope, and to experience genuine connection that is life-changing.
To work on yourself, to better yourself, to find health is so good for you. It's just like having a personal trainer with weights. Why not for your brain? Why not for your emotions? Why not for your internal world? Why wouldn't you find help for that too?
Rural Minds is excited to get involved with the Seen Through Horses campaign. There are some wonderful programs across this country that incorporate horses into therapeutic programs. We highly recommend that people look into those programs and get involved if there is one in their community.
Partnering with the Seen Through Horses campaign was a breath of fresh air for us. And it is my hope that through this we can begin to raise more and more awareness of the power of horses and the power that they bring to the healing relationship. And whether they're in a rural area or urban area, that people have access to this life-changing work of horses helping humans heal. We encourage you to donate to a nonprofit charity partner during Mental Health Awareness Month, because it is heroes like you that make this life-changing work possible, that allows people to experience genuine connection and healing through a partnership with horses.
So there you go. Horses for mental health. Help them out. Help them out. Let them get around some horses.
Yeah, I could definitely see how that'd be beneficial.
Healthy horses.
Healthy horses, yeah. We want to make sure they're going to be around for a while.
Right. Because you don't want it to be your last rodeo. We got a trailer
nice
for
segue.
that. Yeah, we got a trailer for this. We got the last rodeo. It's out now. PBR's kind of involved in it. Everybody wants to be a cowboy now. Everybody wants to ride horses. Everybody wants to ride bulls. Everybody wants to put on hats and boots and go to town. And that's what happened here in this this trailer for this. So check this out. It's out in probably still out in theaters. Sure it'll be out for digital before too long, and it's called The Last Rodeo.
Do you remember everything that you put all of us through the last time you rode? You will not get on that bull.
Well, then what are we going to do about Cody?
I'm gonna be okay, Mom.
$750,000 for first place. You got a better idea, I'm all ears.
We've got some incredible news. The rodeo legend's gonna compete for the first time in years.
Give me the green light! Joe Wainwright. Three-time world champ. Rides again.
This is gonna be big.
This ain't the senior circuit.
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Joe Wainwright competing at over 50 years young.
I'm grandfathered in, right?
Well, you right about that granddad part.
Come on, Joe! Oh! His grandson's sick, and he's got to earn money. That's why he's here. You gotta focus, Joe. In my seat, I only ask once. That went well.
Yeah, very. Be patient with her. She loves you fiercely.
Can Joe Wainwright keep up?
I'm fine.
Of course you are.
That's a genuine, true legend right there.
Here we go!
Come on, Joe, get it! Get it!
Hey everyone, I'm Neil McDonough.
I'm Michael T. Williamson.
I'm Reve McDonough, and I play Rose.
I play Charlie Williams.
And I play Joe Wainwright in the new cowboy drama, The Last Rodeo.
We are doing something you've probably never seen a cowboy film do before.
For each ticket you pre-order to The Last Rodeo,
You get entered to win the Last Rodeo giveaway.
Which includes a brand new Ford Raptor F-150, a customized RV trailer from Imperial Outdoor, $100K in Bitcoin, and a ton of other huge prizes for you and for your family.
so click the link below to enter the giveaway.
So go see it. It's out there. Check it out. Go watch it and see what you. I mean, you got your pick of bull ride movies. You got The Last Rodeo?
Yeah.
You got The Ride.
Yeah.
It was just out, and wasn't there another one right along in there somewhere?
Yeah, there's The Last Rodeo, and there's another one, Not My First Rodeo.
Oh yeah, you got that
Yeah.
too. So rodeo movies, go watch them.
Hey,
They're
it's
out
good
there.
for the sport. Keep making them. We want everybody involved. So all that is just make more cowboys. That's what we need.
That's it. Just get out there and get after it. Just don't lose your zebra.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't lose your zebra. So what happened here was Tennessee. Authorities in Tennessee are searching for a pet zebra that escaped from its owner's home and went for a run on the highway. On Interstate 24, near Joe B. Jackson Parkway, it was seen running through traffic on both sides of the road. The search continues and was still unaccounted for on Monday. But if you're wondering, zebras are legal to keep as a pet in Tennessee with a special permit.
I think it saw that commercial for the therapeutic facility and it's trying to go donate its time and become a therapeutic zebra.
Right.
I believe.
I bet that's where it was headed to. I bet that's where it was going. What else we got? We ran out of stuff, didn't we?
Think so.
We did. We got these other talking points, but we'll probably hit them on another time. Get to those. But what else you got going on? What do you got coming up? You got a bull riding school coming up?
I got a bull riding school coming up on the 14th, and I'll give a shout out. So last year we put this bull riding school on, and one of our students, Slade Moody, he just finished the Texas Junior High Finals, and he is our new bull riding champion, and he'll be advancing to the national finals. So that's big shout outs.
Yeah.
Pretty good for him.
All right. So what do you got going on with this school?
Well, we've got Clint Carter, who is a former PRCA bullfighter from California. He's going to be putting on a bullfighting clinic, cowboy protection clinic, and then we'll be doing all the fundamental drills, doing a lot of barrel work, and then we'll be getting on live bulls. So it's open to everybody of all skill levels.
All right. And that's coming up?
It is coming up June 14th at Kings Trail Cowboy Church. So,
well, that's a good deal. Good deal. I don't have nothing going on except for all the time.
Got fence to build, right?
I didn't get it done. I said to work on it. The guy helped me had heat stroke, so we didn't get it done.
Oh, gosh.
We only worked on it for 2.5 hours, but it was hot. I got about 150 foot left.
Wow.
To get that done, but no, that's about it. I guess we're going on a trip this week or next week. I don't know. I don't know. I got too much stuff to do. I have my calendar to look at.
Right.
But I'll be somewhere. It'll be on the internet. I'll put a picture on the internet. I'll throw something out there wherever we are, whether it's on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or whatever. OnlyFans. I have OnlyFans. You know what? When the OnlyFans first came out, they were pitching that around.
Yeah.
Because for the different stations and things to do and get accounts for and do like private subscriptions where you could do certain interviews or you did certain interviews that were just on your OnlyFans and certain things just on your OnlyFans. But then when it really came out, it went a whole different way.
That's how most things are. They're designed for something and go another way.
And so it went a whole different direction. So no OnlyFans. They have some other things similar to that have come out recently that they've been pushing. I'm like, nope, I've got way too many things to post on. I just want to put it in one spot and feast or famine.
Yeah, you probably need a full-time assistant just to make all your social media.
There's so much junk. What's good is on Facebook they've got the business suite or whatever it's called, so you can go in there and just schedule all this stuff.
Okay.
And then it
does it on something.
Done it whenever, yeah. So that's helpful. That is helpful. What else is helpful is getting the heck out of town. So
amen.
With that, we are going to get out of town, get on the highways and byways of Texas, and go sit in traffic.